A man whose path to fame began with a bold decision of dropping out of school to pursue his dreams. I had bad grades in school. My teacher told me I won't be anything in life. Born on November the 21st, 1992 in Atlanta, Georgia, to a wealthy Nigerian family.
I broke into his house in Atlanta. I sold all the TVs, sold his furniture. I almost sold his Rolls Royce.
In 2011, while studying business administration at Oakwood University in Alabama, David Adedeji Adeleke, better known as Davido, made the life-changing decision to drop out of school. Education was not my thing, so after I left America to Nigeria, it was something I just went back to do in order to make dad proud. It was something I owed my dad and late mom, so I had to take it important.
Your dad was very upset with you that you left school, right?
At least you need to have that certificate, you need to have that qualification.
His grades had been slipping as his passion for music took over, and despite coming from a wealthy family as the son of Nigerian billionaire businessman Adedeji Adeleke, he chose to chase his dreams full-time rather than follow the traditional path expected of him.
I'm first generation entertainer in my whole line of bloodline.
So,
Relocating to London, he immersed himself in honing his vocal skills and music production, buying equipment and experimenting with beats in a bid to carve out his own sound.
Deal where I go to school like 2 weeks out of the month, and the other 2 weeks I can be in the studio and then do what I want.
This bold move came with significant challenges, chief among them his father's strong disapproval.
I left school and I moved back to Nigeria without my parents knowing.
A devout Christian and successful entrepreneur, Adedeji Adeleke wanted his son to prioritize education and a stable career, viewing music as a distraction. He was adamant about me finishing school. He didn't mind me doing music, but he was bent on me, finishing school. To enforce this, he went to extreme lengths, shutting down Davido's early concerts, having police arrest him and his team during performances, and even pressuring him to return to Nigeria to enroll in Babcock University for a degree in music. Ironically, a compromise that allowed Davido to study what he loved while appeasing his family.
Back home, the artists are blowing up. So I'm like, man, I have to go back home. I don't have time. Like, everybody's blowing. All my friends that I know from when I left, they're getting big, like, blowing up.
Beyond family pressures, Davido faced the typical hurdles of breaking into the Nigerian music scene, including skepticism from peers who saw him as a rich kid relying on his father's wealth rather than talent.
The army picked me up on the plane like this and took me straight to my father.
On the third, Davido poured everything into his craft. Back in Nigeria, he released his debut single, Back When, featuring Naito C in May 2011, followed by the breakout hit Damiduro later that year, which exploded across Africa and established him as a fresh voice in Afrobeats. He founded his own label, Davido Music Worldwide, DMW, in 2016, after a brief, challenging stint with Sony Music, where creative differences led him to buy out his contract and go independent, a risky move that paid off by giving him full control over his sound. Collaborations became a cornerstone of his rise. He teamed up with international stars like Chris Brown on Blow My Mind in 2019, Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj, blending Afrobeats with global pop and hip-hop to expand his reach. Albums like A Good Time in 2019 and Timeless 2023 showcased his evolution, with hits such as Fall, Eve, and Unavailable, racking up billions of streams and earning him Grammy nominations. Philanthropy played a role too. Through his foundation, he raised millions for orphanages and supported causes in Nigeria, and a work ethic that saw him release music consistently turned early doubters into fans, solidifying his status as one of Nigeria's and Africa's greatest musicians today. With over 20 million Instagram followers and a net worth in the tens of millions. From a college dropout defying expectations to a global icon, Davido's journey proves that passion, persistence, and a bit of rebellion can rewrite the script.